welcome back to Talking Pedigrees, episode 5 with Andrew Stewart from Arian Pedigrees. Welcome, Andrew.
Thanks very much, Maddie. Great to be here.
Thanks. And so today we have last week's Japan Cup results and new stakes winner for a Severabil O'Reilly Cross. What can you tell us a bit about the history of the Japan Cup?
Well, the Japan Cup's one of the world's great 2,400 metre races, and those of us old enough will remember the New Zealand mare Horlicks winning in 1989 for Dave and Lance O'Sullivan and owner breeder Graham DeGruchy. In the early runnings of the race, it had a very international flavour with horses like Half Iced, who later stood at Paramount Stud in New Zealand and side a Wellington Cup winner as one of the early winners. Other early internationals included some great handicappers like Marzi Dotes, Jupiter Island, La Gloria, and of course the Australian Jewel Cox Plate winner and Better Loosen Up. Then was a bit of a period where the international attention moved away from the Japan Cup, but I think with the growing strength of their industry, their racing and breeding industry, there's now been a lot more focus by the international industry on the Japan Cup again.
Oh, that's great. And so what of this year's winner Contrail's Sireline? I understand that comes from Deep Impact. Is that correct?
Yes, he's the third individual winner of the Japan Cup by Deep Impact, who we unfortunately lost only a couple of years ago. Deep Impact, himself a winner of the Japan Cup, has to date been champion sire in Japan 9 times. He's the sire of 180 stakes winners. And has just left a huge legacy in Japan. And he follows on from his sire, Sunday Silence. The Sunday Silence was a Horse of the Year in North America in 1989, won the Kentucky Derby, won the Preakness, ran second in the Belmont. And somehow the Japanese stole him from under North American noses and took him to Japan. And he was a champion sire over there for many years, side 171 stakes winners. And that the Deep Impact Sunday Silence legacy is just a continuation of a great sire line going right back to turn 2. Sunday Silence is by Halo, who's the side 2 Kentucky Derby winners. Halo was by Hail to Reason, who side 20-odd Group 1 winners. And of course, Hail to Reason was by turn 2. And we've actually seen a different branch of the turn 2 sire line down here through Sir Gaylord, and the legacy is by the great Sir Tristram, who side Severabil, who then side Severabil. So yeah, it's a wonderful sire line. It's one of the world great sire lines.
Yes, and definitely definitely a family legacy there with the Japan Cup. So that's very exciting. And I understand his maternal line is chock full of great sires also.
Oh, it certainly is. It's a pedigree full of black type, but also he descends from some mares by some great stallions. Contrail's Dam was by Unbridled Song, and he's turning into one of the world's great maternal sires. To date, he's the maternal sire of 201 stakes winners, 28 at Group 1 level. His Grand Dam Folklore was by Tis Now, and Folklore was a champion two-year-old filly in North America. She won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile filly. His third dam, although unraced, was by the great Stormcat, and she actually left 3 black type horses. One of them a Group 3 place getter in Delightful Quality. And Delightful Quality, this is the dam of this year's one of the top 3-year-olds in North America in Essential Quality. He won the Belmont Stakes. He won the Travers Stakes, which is the Summer Derby. He won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at 2. He was rated the champion two-year-old colt last year in North America, and he's one of the better horses that we've seen running around in North America this year. So he comes out of Contrail's third dam. The fourth dam, Gino, by Fabiano, another great sire. She won 10, including 5 at black type level. His fifth dam, Basie, was by In Reality. She was a Group 1 winner of 9. And the sixth dam was by Herbager, and she's the dam of 5 black type horses. One of them a mare called Don't Worry About Me, who herself is the grand dam of the great Smarty Jones. So it's a maternal family full of black type and full of great sires.
That's amazing. And mind my pun, but just such a quality pedigree right there, isn't it?
Very much so, a lot of quality, and, as I say, essential quality just appearing in the pedigree this year has just sort of really capped it off.
Yeah. And we talked at the start that we'll talk about the new winner for the Severabil O'Reilly Cross. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I think we only actually spoke about this cross a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about the Perfect Pink winning the 1,000 guineas, becoming, I think, the 7th Group 1 winner of the Severabil O'Reilly Cross. And on Saturday we saw a pretty smart colt called Blue Army win the Sandown Guineas, the Group 2 Sandown Guineas. And that cross is really quite spectacular. There's only been 195 named foals to date. 156 of those have run, 118 winners, and that's a 75% winners to runners percentage. And from those 195 named foals, there's been 39 horses who have earned black type, which is 20%, which is just it's just amazing, really. 23 stakes winners and 7 Group 1 winners. So it's really a cross that's done great things. Waikato Stud have obviously benefited from it, and they've bred some wonderful horses using that cross.
Yes, and such impressive statistics right there. So what are the highlights that we should keep an eye out for this weekend?
Well, this weekend we've got the Group 1 Captain Cook Stakes at Trentham, weight for age at 1,600 metres, and the Group 2 Wakefield Children's Stakes for 2-year-olds, where we'll see a couple of runners from the first crop of Cambridge studs Al Manzoor, and up at Matamata, the Group 3 Bone Crusher Stakes for 3-year-olds. And over in Australia, the last Group 1 race until February, the Kingston Town Classic will be run in West Australia, and I think the New Zealand bred Western Empire, who we saw winning the Railway Stakes a couple of weeks ago in devastating fashion, I think he's sure to go off as a short price favourite.
Oh, very exciting. Well, we are now allowed at the races as well this weekend. So are you heading to Matamata?
It could be a good way to spend a Saturday, I think.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
you say, after many, many weeks of not being allowed to go to the races.
Yes. So that's the conclusion of our Talking Pedigrees episode 5. I would just like to say, though, thank you so much, Andrew, for your time. And also, it is our 3rd day of the NZTBA Christmas celebration. So make sure you head to Facebook or our Instagram page as we have a special Arian Pedigrees celebration today.